Hello my lovelies and welcome back to my channel. Today is the last day of our Gaia sew along. Today we're putting together the final assembly and we're creating the straps. And we're bragging because we've worked hard this week. I've seen you. So we have from day 3 an outer piece. We have from day 4 a lining piece. All we have to do right now is put them wrong sides together. If you have a preference for where the pocket will go, make sure that you do so. I like my pocket, like my lining pocket, to be on the back side, especially since I already have 2 pockets on the front, a slip one and a zipper. This way on the back I'll have a zipper one and the slip on the inside. So that will help me. Make sure that you align the raw edges. If you have opened up the seams as instructed in the pattern, make sure that you open up the seams of the lining too. I top stitch with my seams on one side, so that means I will have to put my lining seams on the other side. The best result is if you open the seams, but if you haven't, just make sure you alternate how you place your seams here. So one goes this way, one goes this way to reduce any bulk. And I'm just pinning in place at the top. The pattern does suggest using staples for the top. It's definitely one option and a pretty easy one. I am terrified of staples because I'm always afraid that I'm going to sew through them. So I avoid stapling my bags, although a lot of bag makers do that. Just personal preference. So I'm going to actually base this in place on my machine to hold it in place. Because you want to have your raw edges aligned. Right there. So right now, to hold all this in place, you can simply staple it, or I'm going to baste it in place with a long stitch, and it won't be visible on the outside. Another one bites the dust. I am notorious for ruining snaps. Keep your zipper and your zipper pull and zipper ends or whatever you've used away from your stitching so you don't break a needle right now at the end of your project. Okay, so now this is my extra step instead of stapling. Just basting in place. And something different that I'm going to do from the pattern as well is that I'm not going to turn my bag. My bobbin matches my top thread, so I'm going to, you'll be seeing on the outside my bobbin thread when I top stitch, and that's okay because it matches. I have gold in both of them. If your bobbin thread doesn't match or whatever, you want to turn this bag and stitch from the lining, with the lining on the outside, whatever you're comfortable with. I'm just going to leave it like this. Beautiful. Let's grab some double-sided tape. I'll do 1/4 inch, and I'm going to place some double-sided tape along the outside edge like so, all the way around. So right now I'm basically binding the top so it's nice and pretty finished. If you're using cotton woven and you have not purchased any cork or vinyl, you can use for this step just store-bought extra wide double-sided tape. Just bind it with that. Not a problem whatsoever. Okay. And I think while I'm here, I'm going to add some double-sided tape on the inside as well. And just not peel it yet. Same 1/4 inch along the raw edge, but this time on the inside. Okay, and leave it like that for now, okay? Not peeled. Grab your binding pieces, so your 2 vinyl pieces, and you want to form a big loop with them by stitching the short ends together. And this seam will be covered, so you don't have to worry about top stitching or anything, because this seam will actually be covered with the connector in just a little bit. You do want to open up this seam though. So what I like to do, since I'm using vinyl, to make sure that my seam allowance stays open, I'll just place a little bit of double-sided tape along the seam on all sides. And then peel it and stick it down. It just helps me to keep it in place. Obviously you can skip this step if you're just going to use like pins or something. But if I can make my life easier with double-sided tape, I like to do so. Okay, so peel and open it up. Peel and open it up. Okay, so see, now my seam allowance will stay like this by itself without top stitching. Okay, all right, now on this we're going to peel the outer part of the double-sided tape. Inside stays as it is. With the wrong sides towards your bag, you're going to place your binding with the seam on the sides. Okay, like so. And it will fit. It is a 1-to-1 ratio. So now you can see that my binding is about half an inch in. It is a little wider than 1 inch, because you want to accommodate for the extra bulk of the bag. So this stays it with the double-sided tape, nothing moves. Now I'm going to go on the inside and peel off my double-sided tape, the inside part. There we go. And now I'm going to come and fold my binding along the top, like so. Okay, and I'll go all around. Double checking that everything is aligned. Done. See how easy it was with the double-sided tape? My binding is right there on top, beautifully added from all sides. All we have to do right now is stop stitching with one row of stitching, but it just stays with the double-sided tape. Obviously it's not gonna stay forever, so you don't want to stitch it, but look how beautiful it is. Okay, so let's stop stitch this in place. Again, I like to start from the sides because I know that will be enclosed in just a little bit, so you won't see it. I'll lengthen my stitch length, and you can top stitch because you won't see that part. So you don't need to worry about pulling thread and whatnot, because it will be covered by the connectors in just a little bit. Again, keep your zippers away. Go slow. Especially if you're like me and you're using contrasting thread, that will show any errors you might have made. Give it a nice look. It's okay if it's not perfect, especially on your first try or even on your 10th try. We can fix anything we want to fix, or just enjoy it as it is. And there it is. Almost done. Beautiful. Cool. Okay, let's add the connector. So set this aside, bring your connector and your connector pattern piece, because we need to put some holes. Okay? Grab your D-rings as well. Okay, so I have my connector pieces that I've made, and I have my pattern piece. I'm going to use the pattern piece to mark the holes for the grommets. Okay. On the D-ring connector. Okay, so I'm just placing it there and marking the holes. Okay. Using my handheld puncher. Okay. There you go. Same thing on the other one. And now we have to mark this hole on the bag itself. So grab the bag and at the side seam place your connector, whichever you want to be on the outside, this one, and mark your placement of your grommet, not grommet, sorry, the placement of your rivet. Now, keep in mind, if you use just the regular D-ring, then this could be very close to the edge. If you use one of those fancy connectors, like different shape connectors, thicker ones, you might want to consider raising this a little bit to give more space for the connector here, since most of them have more than just one simple bar. Okay? So depending on the connector that you're using, keep that in mind when you place your D-ring strap. Okay, so I have my hole here. I see where it is. I'm just going to punch it. Like so. And I'll do the same thing on the other side with my other D-ring. Okay, decide which one you want to be on the outside. If you have a prettier one than face than the other, and you can see the seam is not visible anymore. So I'm centering that here and marking. Okay, you can see my mark, and I'm going to punch a hole. So right now we are ready to put our D-rings and our connectors on the bag. This is the D-ring with the bar, which I love, available at Wizardry, Stitchery and Crafts, because it will not twist around on me with that bar. So I'll just pull this through like so. Okay. And grabbing my last rainbow rivet. And look at that, I only have one and a lot of caps. I'm left with a lot of caps. Oh, not even, I just have caps. Okay, so then I'm gonna put like black on the inside and just the rainbow on the outside. We work with what we have, my friends. And since the lining has black on the inside, I'm going to mix and match two black posts with two rainbow caps and have the rainbow caps on the outside. Okay, so D-ring is in. Let's do the cap on the inside, the post on the inside. Then I'm going to come through the hole that we put, bring it up here, place my cap right here. There you go. And let's do the same thing on the other side, and then I'll bring my press. So same thing. On the back I'm going to put the post, just because it's a different color. Bring it through here. There you go. Through here. This is, I think, 8mm, and it works. 9 would probably work too. Anything less than 8 would not work on the thickness. Oops! What did I forget? Look, find the error. Good thing we didn't press them yet. Maybe we don't forget to put our D-ring. What do you think? Good idea, right? Okay, let's not forget the D-ring. Same thing, we're gonna start again from the back. And then come on the front the cap. And now it looks a lot better. See, on the outside is rainbow and on the inside is black, but it's okay because this is the black one here too, so it works. Okay, let's press those down really quick. If you don't have rivets, you can use Chicago screws for this step just as easily. It would work great. Okay. And the other side. And done. All we have left to do right now is create our strap. So meet me back here in just a few seconds to create our double-sided strap. Let's create the double-sided strap. So remember, on day one we put a marking along the two long centers of our two straps. So what we want to do right now is place double-sided tape along that center. I like to use 1/2 inch. This way I only use one and I can see the center with it. So I just put one in the center instead of two, and it saves me a little bit. Okay, and same thing on the other side. You can use two vinyls, you can mix and match. Right now I'm mixing and matching vinyl, glow in the dark, and waterproof canvas. Okay, there you go. So now you're going to peel off the double-sided tape and you're going to bring the raw edges towards that center and press. If you're using cotton woven, you can do this on your with your iron as well. I'm just bringing the raw edge on the center marking line. So basically folding 1/2 inch. And you're going to do this 2 times. So once for each strap, each side of the strap. And the double-sided tape is holding this stiff waterproof canvas pretty well. This is going to be an adjustable crossbody, so it's cut the width of fabric. I found that that works for my body. You might be able to get away with less than the width of fabric, but find what works for you depending on your frame. The rule of thumb is about 50 to 56 inches. So I think the width of fabric is 54 in this case, so it works. Haven't measured it because I don't really care. I know it works every time. I think it will look really cool with the maps on one side and the glow on the other side. They are long straps. So if you want to fast forward, go ahead and do that. I won't blame you. So now I'm placing it with the right side down and just running it under my hand like this, just to press it one more time, and there you go. It stays like this, I don't have to worry about it. So I'll do the same thing on the vinyl part. Just peel off the double-sided tape, little by little, and bring in your vinyl at the line there. See? Half an inch. I do have a tip for you that I did not apply this time. To avoid any stretching or any waviness or twisting of the fabric or vinyl, you might want to start from the center of the strap and go towards the outsides instead of doing like I just did, starting from the outside and going all the way to the other end. Sometimes I don't follow my own advice, and that's okay. We are on the last day. We are ready to admire a completed Gaia, right? So, almost there. Just a strap. If you're using webbing, pre-made webbing, then you're probably long done by now. Because all you have to do is add your hardware to the strap, because it's already done for you. But hey, we want to be extra and have a double-sided strap. Can't wait to take this to the park and snap a few photos. I always get so many compliments at the parks for my bags and the dresses. Almost done. Okay, so now if you want to be extra, you can run another strip of double-sided tape along the center and just stick them together. I will not be so extra. I'll just put a few clips just to hold them in place while I stitch. So I'm just matching the edges and placing them wrong sides together. Super easy. And I guess the width of fabric of the vinyl is a little smaller, like 1 inch smaller than the canvas. Not a problem. You can make them equal, like that. Okay, so let's start by stitching the outer edge first. With an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. I guess it wasn't longer, I just spinned it wrong. That's okay. It wasn't longer, I just pinned it wrong. Because now they're all, I need to snip 1 inch from the vinyl. No big deal, it was big enough. Okay, so now we go on the other side. And now if you want, you can go with 2 more rows of stitching on the center. It's up to you. You can leave it like that, or if you want to add 2 more rows, 1/4 of an inch away from the first one, you can. Or you can leave it like this. No? I'm thinking of adding 1 more or 2 more rows. So we'll do it at a 1/4 inch from the edge. But this one will go fast because now everything is already stuck together. I don't have to worry about holding anything together. Okay, so let's do a 1/4 of an inch from the other side and then we're done. You can keep going if you want to. But I don't want to. I think we're good with this. Beautiful. Let's see. You have your strap. Let's add on one end, we're going to add your swivel clasp and fold and put a rivet, or you can stitch it down. I'm going to rivet it, but I'm also going to add a zipper end before I do that. So on the other side, you want to take your slider and I'm going to be using a Gigantor slider just because I like the way it looks. Also called a bucket slider, not bucket, buckle slider. Okay, so I'm bringing this up here, down here, and then through the swivel clip, and then back up. And back down. So now you can edge paint this or leave it raw. You can stitch it or add a rivet, it's up to you. So for now I'll just place those there because I want to try to see if I can add a 3D zipper end. I have these zipper ends from Wizardry in rainbow color. And my little screwdriver. Okay. You can add some glue to hold it in place if you want, right here. So add some glue and then your clasp. I don't want to add glue because I might change the swivel clasps at one point. So I avoid super gluing it so I can take them off easily if I want to. I'm just putting the screws. But for durability, you do need to add the super glue to it. Okay, now I need to find the little screws. And then screw them in place. One. Beautiful. Let's do the second one. And then we'll add the rivet. Okay. And let's add our rivet. See how pretty it is? Oh, it's so gorgeous. Okay. Center it. I'm eyeballing it, but you can use the Geek helper to center your rivet if you want. And again, I think I have a rainbow cap that will go on the outside. And like a black one. And it will be on the inside. And there you have it. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side, but this time we're working inside the buckle, so it's going to be a little less comfortable, but not impossible. Let's see. What can I do to make my life easier? One strap end. This is a 1-inch strap end. I need 2 little screws. Okay. I don't know how well you can see. I'm working inside the strap right now. Again, add the super glue if you're sure you're going to keep those there. Screws are in. Let's add the rivet to hold it in place. Since this is on the inside, I'll just do like the black rivet, because you can't really see this one from the outside. And that is it for this so long. I I loved making this bag, and I love seeing your work in progress. Can't wait to see your finish, guys. Sew Along will end on Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when I'll be choosing the winner, a random winner from the thread. And our winner will get gift card to Backstitch, an early shopping pass for the pre-order that's opening on Monday for this beautiful vinyl and webbing and water resistant canvas with our 20-year anniversary pre-order. And they will also get a $15 gift card to the pattern company of their choice. Usually I give away from the designer, but since this is the first pattern from Knotted Thread, I will be giving away to the winner a $15 gift card to a pattern company of their choosing. So they will just have to let me know which one, and we will give it to them. So this is my strap. Gorgeous. Now let me grab the bag. I'll zoom you out a little bit. Okay, so this is my completed bag. I wanted to show it to you on, because it's so gorgeous. Again, everything that I'm using outside of the water resistant canvas and vinyl are from Wizardry, Stitchery and Crafts. All hardware, zipper tape, zipper pulls and so on. You can find it there. The pre-order for the gorgeous vinyl is available starting Monday until caps are met, or for 3 days, I believe. And I'm excited for you all to see the beautiful strike makes from our strike sewists. This is the Gaia from Knotted Threads. And again, make sure that you post your completed projects in the day 5 photo comments of the Sew Along album. You can find the Sew Along album in the Backstitch Backroom on Facebook. That's where we'll be choosing the winner. And I believe I've charged this enough that I can actually, let's see if it glows a little bit. It's still light in here, but if I go in a dark room, I'm sure it will, the glow will show, because it's been charging while sewing. Anyway, so thank you so much once again. Please consider subscribing and liking these videos if you want me to post more sew-alongs, and thank you for being here. I love you all. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.